That there are members of our first cohort who are still actively engaged and connected with the AWEC community. They're partnering with each other, but they're also referring friends and other women that they know to join the AWEC community. So there are women in cohort 6 who got referred to AWEC by someone in cohort 3 who was referred by someone in cohort 1. And I think it's that ripple effect that feels so powerful to me, that there's nobody that comes in here and leaves without this new network of friends and connections.
Kunbi and Prudence, both AWEC Cohort 3 alumni, formed a partnership to empower children through music, with Kunbi teaching at Prudence's Muma Hill Montessori School in Nigeria. This collaboration, facilitated by AWEC's emphasis on collective action, exemplifies how pooling expertise and resources can overcome challenges and drive socio-economic development in Africa. Their shared commitment to expanding access to children's music education highlights the impact of collaboration on business growth and community development.
AWEC gave me structure, more like the category of business, just doing business from the normal everyday business, moving away from there to properly aligned business according to how business is supposed to be done, with all the numbers in place, the accounting, the structure, of a business, the processes, and all of the details.
And what I got out of it was the community for sure, but also, like you said, learning how to structure a business better. It expanded my mind in what was possible, and then it opened up the potential to collaborate across industry and within the industry as well. And so, up until that time, I'd been operating as a silo, and it was so great to think, wow, look at this. At the time, there were 600 women. By the time we graduated in the alumni community, so I was like, my goodness, there's 600 potential opportunities, for collaboration, for growth, for ideas.
The comfort we already enjoy knowing each other as working together as a group, even though virtually. Yeah, when you offered your tester program?
Yes.
Yeah, I jumped in with one child.
Yes.
And then the child kept asking, when are we going to have that music lesson again? When are we going to have the session again? And I'm like, okay, we might as well do more. But then I think we opted for the summer programs.
Yes.
We started with that.
Yes, I remember.
It wasn't enough. The parents were asking.
Wow.
We had a sitting music service provider.
Yeah, I remember you said
yes, for some sessions and for some terms. But it wasn't enough. And I think the parents noticed the difference.
Right.
2 or more parents had reached out to me and said, the particular music company that comes during summer, what happened to them?
Wow.
And I said to them, sorry, we cannot afford them.
Yes.
Yeah, but that was where it actually started.
Okay. The whole collaboration came around the time that we had started to raise funds and look for partners to support the Making a Difference initiative. Do you remember?
I remember, yeah.
And so the whole thing was just because I know that music changes lives.
It does.
But I also know that it's very expensive service to provide if you're going to do it well. If you're going to do it well,
Absolutely.
It's expensive.
Absolutely.
And the people who need it the most cannot afford it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was the inspiration behind the Making a Difference initiative. And so I was so happy, because remember I was harassing you that please.
When are you going to come on board?
Not just that, you needed to give me like a profile of your school so that I could submit it to the funders.
That's right.
Yeah, because we had people who were interested, but they needed to know the profile of the children and the schools I wanted to support. So I needed you to give me.
I wasn't
chasing
forthcoming.
you, and I was like, why am I struggling so hard?
What do you expect? When you run a school,
you run a school and another business,
run another business alongside.
But you came in just in time, and I was able to now, share about your school and the need in your community and everything else. And that was how we were able to get the support, to allow us to come into your school. But for us, it's been amazing because of the profile of the children in your school. You support, neurodivergent children. You have children on the autistic spectrum. You have regular kids, and you don't discriminate between your kids. So, they're all learning together because of the Montessori system, which is quite unique. And so that was an interesting thing for my team to learn. Do you understand? Because in other schools, everybody's segregated by age or whatever.
That's right.
And they didn't have that in your school. So we had to learn how to teach in that kind of environment and teach effectively. And we had to come up with we had so many meetings where we talked about Muma Hill School.
Inclusion.
What should we do this week? How do we make it inclusive and all of that? And so for us, we've really grown and it's given us confidence in the work that we do with special needs children, because we have children on the autistic spectrum now. We have a whole program, it's treasured moments that we call it, dealing specifically with neurodivergent children, and it's been amazing.
Many people think about collaboration as like sometimes they are scared of how to go into these kind of collaborations.
Yeah.
What did you think about when we wanted to do this, offering music service as a school service person, and then collaborating with us as a Montessori school who already have some part of music embedded in our curriculum?
Absolutely. So I was worried about the fit. Okay, because we are not purely Montessori, but because of our collaboration, I've had to do a lot more research into specifically what Maria Montessori did with music, and I
like your Montessori and music.
Yes,
did that come out of collaborating with us?
It was a combination of things.
Oh wow!
So collaborating with you was part of it, and then one of the music, because we are an authorized exam center for multiple international music exam boards. And one of the exam boards that we work with, International School of Musicians, introduced music exams for early years, and they called it Montessori music exams because they got certification from Montessori Worldwide.
How apt.
Yes. So they got certification for Montessori Worldwide. And so I looked through Maria Montessori's music curriculum and I thought about what we did, and there was so much alignment. And I realized that actually,
this is what
without realizing
it,
we were doing this already.
Yeah.
And so we then wanted to make it clear to parents that what we offered is aligned with Montessori principles. And so our early years work became our Montessori music work. And we're very careful to make sure that we have all the different elements in it, so that there are elements where the children are self-directing. You understand me? And we're giving them opportunities to explore their creativity in lots of different ways.
Collaborating with your music school has taken the chunk of the struggle to create the curriculum for music, because as a Montessori teacher, I'm supposed to do all of that.
Yes.
And practicing in my space in Nigeria is pretty difficult to get certified Montessorians to do this work. So even the few that you have, you don't want to overload them with the kind of work that comes with Montessori requirements. For example, we cover all aspects. In mainstream school, like traditional schools, you have maybe special teachers for different subjects.
Yeah.
In Montessori, we don't have that.
Yeah.
As a teacher, you're prepared for every aspect. You prepare the room, you prepare the children, you prepare your resources. Yes, you prepare yourself.
Yeah.
And you direct the flow. Montessori says you are the dynamic link between the child and the environment. So you do all of that. And so what your group brings into us is just taking a chunk of the work of us, although we still do like in-house music every day, self-directed music and giving lessons in music. But yours comes like an overall, like a celebration, and the children always looks forward to it. So it just takes off the chunk of that work to do like a separate music studio, a separate music work, effort, and all of that. And
because we bring everything, we bring all the equipment.
It's really relieving for us. It's like, take it. So I would encourage a lot of other schools to jump on it and just be at ease, because your group is really doing well.
When you think about a business, it is truly, by definition, a partnership. It's a partnership with employees, it's a partnership with investors, it's a partnership with customers, it's a partnership with suppliers. All of those stakeholders form a partnership with the community. And when the community is more integrated and more tightly committed to the future, the better that community will be.